W164 Mercedes, the second ML, is what we're in today. 2007 350 petrol, and we're about to go up the Akadis Pass here in the Richtersveld. So we thought, rather than just doing a normal road test, I mean, these cars, we all know they're great on the open road. I mean, they're ultimate cruisers. Even this bottom of the range in South Africa one, can do way over 200 k's an hour, and 0 to 100 is like 8 seconds or something like that. And they just go up from there. So we all know they're very capable of doing that. But are they capable of doing anything more off-road than going over pavements and Santon? Well, let's have a look. This Akadis Pass is quite rough, so we're going to put on this over here, which isn't low range or diff locks or anything like that. It's just off-road mode. Though the 164 did come with the option of a pro off-road, which included diff locks and low range, this one doesn't have that. This is just regular 4MATIC. The off-road mode changes the characteristics of the engine's performance a bit. So it keeps the rev up, and also the ESP is a bit different, and the traction control is a bit different. And let's see how it goes. As you can see, it's a beautiful, 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 beautiful part of the country, this. The Richtersveld, very dry and barren. But at the moment, we're here in September, and as you can see, there's some beautiful flowers out. Absolutely stunning. We're about 1,500 kilometers from PE, and the road up in this car was a breeze. We did quite a bit of gravel roads, probably about 500 k's, and that was good gravel, corrugated gravel sometimes, but certainly, you could do your 80 k's an hour and no trouble at all. And then a lot of open road driving, and the average consumption on the trip up was around 12.6 litres 100 k's, and the car is quite heavy. I mean, we've loaded our camping fridge and our battery pack and a full complement of clothing and stuff for the 10 days that we were doing this trip for. So, I mean, we did cater for that. A lot of food as well, a lot of water. And 12.6 is what we got. But it's just interesting to see. I mean, these cars have always been sort of seen as I say, just like city, and you go and hop on the pavement, and that's really the limit of it. But when I was looking at coming up here, there's so much, you can't come here unless you've got a proper 4x4 and stuff like that. And man, it's actually no problem at all. Like, this is quite a steep hill here in front of us. It's no issue at all. You just pull away, goes up, no problem. Ground clearance is enough as well for the rocks. I haven't had any issues with that. We're on standard tyres here, so that's the only concern. I did put on new tyres before we left, but initially we were going to go and do a test on it up in the Kruger. And the day before we left, I thought, I'm not driving 18 hours through Gauteng and Limpopo to get there. We took a different route. And and had I known we were coming here, I certainly would have put on off-road tyres, which would have helped the cause a lot. But these tyres seem to be okay. We've obviously just dropped the pressure right down to about 1.5 bar here with the rocks. And it seems to be coping with it perfectly fine. Touch wood. But the approach and departure angles are actually fine in it as well. Ground clearance is fine, even with the tyres, the tyre pressure reduced. It's quite a wide car, so I battle a bit with the visibility and you sit quite low in it. So from that point of view, it's a bit tricky, but if you keep your eyes open. Wits about you. The only challenge here is, of course, on this narrow little pass here, you can see how it goes up here. if you've got a car coming from the other side, yeah, you've got a bit of reversing to do. Not going to be easy. So here you can see it's quite rocky, quite bumpy here. The foot's barely touching the accelerator, obviously got to go up here. You just got to watch where you position everything. You can see here it's quite a nice big rock here, so I want to try and go to the edge here, just so the tires don't take any strain. But ground clearance actually fine. The Richtersveld is a Transfrontier park, so on the other side of the border here, we're actually on the orange. So the place we actually in a rest camp, Sendlingsdrift. So here you can see quite a big rock coming up here in front, and I suppose you'll just like go over like this, I would think. Looks alright that side. There we go. So the rest camp we're at, Sendlingsdrift, is on the Orange River, and on the other side of that's Namibia, of course, and it's a Transfrontier park this, so the other side is the ice portion of it and the Fish River Canyon. And we would love to have gone there, but we didn't think we were going to come up here. We didn't bring passports. But there's actually a ferry that goes across the Orange here and takes you into Namibia. So you can move between the two parks next time. We'll definitely do something like that. But yeah, for those of you who thought that, you know, the 164 wasn't capable of this sort of stuff, well, it seems to be acquitting itself quite well here. Once again, just flowers everywhere. Not a lot of game in this park. But yeah, it's got a different sort of appeal. The whole of the Northern Cape, I mean, we just found it very much like that. We came up and we stayed in a few different places, Sutherland, and we stayed in Port Nolloth. And just generally the friendliness of the people here is amazing. So we'll do a bit of this, and then I'll chat a little bit later. We'll pull over somewhere and I'll chat about the car. And yeah, fun video. Hope you enjoy it. So for the walk around portion of the video, we find ourselves at a viewpoint, absolutely beautiful. It's at the top of, what's it called? Dommerug Pass, which was a bit hairy to come down the little bit that we did here. But yeah, it's about 40 k's from Sendlingsdrift, the guest site that or the campsite, or the chalets that we're staying at. And yeah, it was quite rough, but the car was absolutely fine. There's no issue at all. We didn't bottom out anywhere. There's some very deep dongas that we had to go through that didn't prove to be any problem at all. And yeah, and the rocks, just taking it slowly for the rocks makes all the difference. As I say, I deflated the tires to 1.5 bar, just because of the rocks. But going around the car very briefly, okay, very, very comfortable inside, basically everything you'd need. Yeah, we have a little Bluetooth thing to play music on, but obviously very safe, all the airbags. We've got our fridge over there. There is a 12-volt socket in the boot, but we haven't been using it. So we have a battery pack that we used to take in the old camper, that's over there, and that just runs the fridge. and we recharge it every night when we get back. But the battery, to be fair, that what is this National Lunar fridge?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, runs about 2 or 3 days off that battery pack. So we don't need to do it. We just keep it nicely chopped up. But looking at the car, yeah, it is just standard W164 fare. This one's done around 204,000 Ks. And our trip, touch wood, has been trouble-free. We've had, well, I said trouble-free. I only discovered that the aircon wasn't working when we got to some place near Springbok and it was 30 degrees. One thing I didn't check before I left PE. And the other thing is we lost one of the sump bolts, sump protector bolts. So it was rattling a little bit. It was a very corrugated roads that we did, and somewhere along the way that came off. So I put a cable tie on that sort of mitigated it mostly. But yeah, really nice cars, and it just shows you that it is possible to do tracks like this with them. So they can do a lot more than you'd think. The other thing, just very briefly, this is an ML350, which is the bottom of the range here in South Africa. And this M272 engine, the V6, is a great engine. It puts out 200 kilowatts, around 350 newton meters of torque. It's petrol, obviously. But the early ones did have an issue with balancer shaft gears stripping. That was a very expensive repair to get sorted out if yours was affected by that. It was basically an engine out job because that balance shaft had to come out the back of the engine. But there is an engine number online. And anything beyond that is absolutely fine. They rectified the problem late in 2006. I did check this one's engine number, and this is about 1,000 after that, so it's absolutely fine. Plenty of power, lots of acceleration. As I say, not too bad at all for an all-time four-wheel drive, fully loaded, 12.6 litres we've been using coming up here, keeping decent speeds, and yeah, it's run beautifully. Just thinking what else. The off-road mode actually works quite nicely as well. With there's a couple of deep dongers that we had to go through that you need to go through very slowly. It just changes, if you put that on, it changes the characteristics of the engine and the gear shift. So it keeps the revs up. It's sort of like the equivalent of a low range, I guess. So even at, you can sort of do like 10 Ks an hour, and it'll be in the power band. They'll put it at like 3,000 revs, somewhere around there. But yeah, it worked very, very well. So yeah, beautiful place. Once again, have a look. Look at this. There's a road that goes over that into another gate. It's called Hullskloof Pass. But we're not going to do that. We're about 40 Ks from the rest camp, so we're going to head back just now. Just had a bit of a lunch here and head back, and yeah. So okay, here we've pulled over at what's a Hand of God over here, and it's probably about 10 Ks from the rest camp. You can see it's sort of imprint in the rock here. But yeah, very desolate landscape. But flowers all over the place. Just something else to bear in mind. If you do buy one of these with the Pro Off-Road pack, which has got the diff locks, the center diff lock, rear diff lock, and low range, it also comes with airmatic shocks. And for me, that's a no-no. We had an X5 BM, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, and that thing we had endless hassles with those air shocks. So obviously they put that in so you can raise the ride height of it for the off-road package, but that alone for me is enough of a no-no to not want to do it. This here has got standard shocks, and I've actually found this off-road program here actually adequate for roads like this. And if you Google, go into ChatGPT or Google or whatever, and just say, can a W164 go into the Richtersveld? And you'll find a whole lot of things coming up saying absolutely not, it's not suitable for it. Well, it is. We did some really rough roads here and it was absolutely fine. No problems at all. A lot of flies today. Busy flying around here ever since we stopped at the view site. But other than that, yeah, absolutely perfect. The other thing to bear in mind with these W164s, they have a 3,500 kg towing rating, which is great. It's the same as most bakkies, most big bakkies like the Toyotas or the Nissans or whatever. Us uses all 3,500 kgs. So yeah, that's just going along today with it in off-road mode. We did 54 Ks in 3 hours and 22 minutes, and we used almost 20 litres 100 Ks. So it's something to bear in mind. If you do put in the program, it does keep you in a lower gear, and it obviously does use more fuel, and the tyres are deflated as well. So we averaged 17 Ks an hour, so it gives you an idea of just how rough the roads are here. Different sort of video today, that's for sure. I hope you enjoyed it. And well, here's the Sendlingsdrift rest camp where we've booked in, staying. Swimming pool there, there's a filling station, there's quite a well-equipped shop actually. Very nice little chalets. We're in a 2-bedroom one here. They're all air conditioned, they've got DSTV if that matters to you. And yeah, you're right on the orange. I'll walk around here to the front of it and you'll see what I mean. There's, as I mentioned earlier, there's a ferry that goes across the orange here into Namibia. We hadn't bought our passport, so unfortunately we couldn't go over. But if you did, that'd take you up to the Fish River Canyon, Ice Hot Springs down there. But yeah, here's the Orange River. There's Namibia on the other side, and beautiful sunsets we've been having here. Yeah, really a nice place. And also there's a couple of other campsites over here. And then some more rustic chalets, camps higher up in the park. Went to the 2 campsites on the Orange River, very nice as well. We just thought we weren't going to rough it this trip, booked into a chalet instead. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you enjoy the videos on this channel, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up.